This
cloud, so
conference
that's
will now be recorded.
I have joined this one.
Okay, you are a core DBA,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think yeah. So if you are a core DBA, then you're the right fit for this course. Yes. Okay. So good. Yeah, good, Rahul. Yeah. So next, who is there? We have who is the next participant?
The person not connected audio, sir. Just wait, I'm trying to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll just wait for, because the 7:25 means people will come by 7:30. Maybe by 7:30 we can start. I think I'll stop the recording because another 10 minutes. Uh,
This conference will now be recorded.
yeah. So earlier, most of these activities will be done by Linux administrator, but now those activities will be done by apps DBAs or cloud DBAs. I'm a apps DBA. I'm like 15 years experience as an Oracle apps DBA, but now I cannot tell that I only want to work on apps. If you say that, then you'll be outdated in the companies, because as per the change, we also have to change ourselves. I'm a SSO expert. I implemented 10 to 15 customers in my company on single sign-on. But even after all of that, once cloud came, I had to pitch in, because if you don't pitch in, there will be some other colleagues or some other people who will be waiting for an opportunity. So then you will be outdated. And if at all I wouldn't have pitched in like 2 3 years before, if at all I haven't pitched in into cloud, now you guess what, I would have been fired also, because with Oracle e-business totally stagnated. Means we have existing customers, at least 20 customers we have, but only maintenance activities we do, like patching, cloning, those type of activities we do for the existing customers. But a lot of the work, 60-70% of the work now is on cloud. And luckily my experience as a single sign-on is also helping me. So we are implementing single sign-on integration with Azure AD, ADFS. We have a component called IDCS. We have a component called IDCS in cloud, by which we can integrate with the third party single sign-on. So there is a pretty good learnings in cloud. And this is the right time for all of us to this is the right time for all of us to pitch in to cloud. And I'm surely telling, next to 5 to 10 years, this cloud only will be there, because it just started. Oracle came little late, I do agree, because AWS and AWS is a market leader. I do agree, but Oracle Cloud has just come 2 to 3 years before, and they are really doing a lot of good business now. And they are investing like anything. I'll just go through a demo today. You can see how they are how they are doing able to do that business, and regions they are creating. Recently, one new region came in Hyderabad. We have one region in Mumbai. So they're distributing like that. Hmm? So yeah, maybe in the demo I will discuss more. But yeah, foreign no, this course will be very good for the people who are having Oracle background. Maybe it's a DBA, maybe it's an apps DBA. So I'm actually the same. I fall under same criteria. So that's the reason I normally I discuss in those topics. I'm not in a developer background, so that's the reason I cannot much focus on those activities. But yeah, you can just listen. People who are coming to attend demo, guys can attend, and then you can then you can select whether this course will be fit for you or not. But I will be just open in whatever I talk, and you can decide later on. And you can contact even Shiva, because they conduct Shiva conducts a lot of courses. So then whichever is interest, you guys can join in. So maybe I'm just waiting for who yeah, Sumit, can you introduce yourself about yourself, Sumit?
Yeah, sure. My name is Sumit Ghosh, and I'm working with Cognizant Technology as a senior technical architect. I'm having experience close to around 18 years plus. And I worked on the Oracle database, Oracle application, SSO, and all that technology, older technology rather. But now, since most of the companies are getting integrated with cloud, even I also feel that, but it again depends which company or which client is having a cloud infrastructure, because you do a course and you don't get exposure for specific client doesn't make a sense. But for me, there are some clients who are coming into cloud, so it is very high time to get acquainted with cloud, so that it can be, so that we can build our future. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
also a very old student of Kishore. Okay, so whatever I know, he has helped me in a lot. To be very frank, in every technology. So I'm really thankful to him.
Yeah. Thank you, Sumit. Yeah. So who is next? Who is next in this? Yeah. Anybody can talk. Can introduce yourself.
Anil, Has, Anjur, and many other people, Ajay Kumar, and Ramesh and Vikash.
Yeah.
Kindly introduce everyone, please.
Yeah, one by one. Yeah, maybe Shiva, you can organize this. Maybe you can ask. You can just name the guy and he can introduce also.
Anil sir, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, Anil, you can unmute and talk. Yeah, maybe whoever is the next guy who can just introduce yourself and talk and tell me what is your intention behind to join cloud, so that I can really tell you whether this course is this course fits for you or not. Anyone who is there?
Hi, hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is Mohammed Siddiqui.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am basically from. I'm currently in Kuwait, and I have been working here since last 12 years as a core DBA. And I just want to get acquainted with the new technology, and
Right.
I feel cloud is the next big thing that's happening. So based on that, I just wanted to know exactly what exactly the technology is, and we just want to move into cloud. So before
Right.
moving into the cloud, I want to have a better idea of what I'm going to handle. So that's the reason, I've joined this demo.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I think thank you for taking time. I think your time is around 5 o'clock, right? If I'm correct, I'm not sure. 2.5 hour difference is there.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah. Thanks for taking time and attending the course for the demo. Yeah. Next, who is there? We have.
Hey, this is Ramesh here.
Hi, Ramesh.
Hey, good morning. So, yeah, I have close to 15 years of experience, and I worked starting with Java J2, then switched to Fusion Middleware for last 10 years, right from 10G, 11G, 12C, and slowly we are translating to OIC as well. So, I just want to get a glimpse of, what is OCI. I know it's an infrastructure side, so purely I'm on applications or technology side, not on the administrative part. So, I would like to have a glimpse of, OCA, then probably I can take it further to explore it.
Correct. That's right. Yeah,
Hi.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I am Krishna Kumar, working as Oracle Core DBA last 15 years. Right now, I am working as a freelancer in Mumbai. So I want to learn new technology. That's why I joined. Okay.
Excellent, Kumar. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Who is next?
Hi, this is Anjur.
Yeah.
I actually worked in the clinical trial projects for some time, and I'm currently in between projects. And while I was working itself, few of our clients were moving to cloud. So since I heard about this, the cloud related, so I thought I'll just get an idea to see where I fit in. If not this, we have 2 more other courses, right? So I just want to see where I fit in and then go ahead
Correct.
with that.
That is correct. that is correct. Yeah.
Right.
Just getting the knowledge, and whichever is fits to me, you can, yeah, whichever fits for us, we can join it. Yeah, that's
Right.
always better to learn. Yeah, very nice. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to her,
Sure.
who we have?
Thank you.
So I think, yeah, maybe we can start the demo, and then yeah, you can make me the presenter, Shiva. Yeah, you can make it the presenter, and
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do you got, sir?
Are you able to see my screen? All right. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Share, right? Yeah, your entire screen. 1 minute. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen? Share your screen. Okay. Right. You should be able to see my screen now. Right?
Except now.
Yeah, it's still loading right now.
Yeah. If you're able to see my screen, so I think you should be able to see Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Foundation 2020, right? Right. Okay. So yeah, you guys can mute. Maybe I'll talk for another few minutes. Half an hour or 45 minutes, and then we can you guys can ask me whatever queries are there. Right. So we all know that Oracle has released like 6 certifications for free. So they just want all the people to get acquitted with all of these courses. So we need to thank them for them. And worldwide, most of the students they have registered in the last batch. Around 50,000 people I heard in the worldwide they have registered. And again, they given one more offer until August 15th. And I think most of you would have registered for them. Freely they're offering all the 6 courses. In that, I am going by this agenda. I'll be going with this agenda. The first course what I'm going to cover is 1085, which is the the foundations of this cloud. So here we are going to touch base all of them. We are just going to touch base them. What is a VCN, what is a subnet. So all at a high level we are going to touch it. And there is the exam is also, it just touch base the basics. Whether you know these basics or not, it won't take much time for you to preparation for this exam. But why I like this is the foundation. See, the highlight word is the foundation. This is the foundation for all the remaining courses. We should not give low preference for this, because this will make you understand what is a compartment, what is a VCN, now what is a subnet, what is a gateway. So why they covered everything in small piece by piece in this particular thing: block volume, policies, users, groups. And then they go on expand in the remaining next courses what we are going to discuss. So in this course, basically there are 4 or 5 topics we are going to focus, like what are the cloud concepts. So what is the software as a service, what is the platform as a service, what is infrastructure as a service. And then we cover what are the key components of the OCI, what is a region, what is an AD availability domain, right? So if you see Oracle has expanded its business everywhere. So this is the global print what they have. And these are the regions, they call a region. So they are spread across all worldwide, just like how coronavirus is getting spread all worldwide. So we have this Oracle Cloud Infrastructure also spreading, and the latest one is in Hyderabad. So normally what they do is in one country they will have one in Mumbai and one in Hyderabad, so that they can have a DR setup, disaster recovery setup. So that way they do, right? So there are commercial regions, and also recently they got connected with Azure. and both are now friendly partners. So whatever are shown like this, they are all the Azure partners, right? So these are all the different regions, and if you see, by 21 regions are live, and 15 are 15 are planned. So we have like in a region, it is nothing but a localized geographic area comprised of one or more availability domains. So each region will have like three availability domains. So one or more fault tolerant isolated data center. Each are like 30-40 miles away. We exactly do not know. Why they have created three availability domains is for disaster recovery. Now you can have your primary database here, you can have your secondary database here, and each of these availability domains will have something called fault domains, which we are going to discuss. If you have seen, there are some places where there are three ADs, three availability domains, and some places we have one. The reason being, they just want to spread fast. But the places where they have one region, there will be one more corresponding within that country itself. You'll have one more, so that you can have a a DR setup. Initially, they started with Phoenix, Ashburn, London, Frankfurt. That's why we have all the three available domains. So later on, they thought, okay, let us spread fast. And let us be a good competitor for other cloud vendors. So that's the reason why they are spread with one available domain. Even as I told, in India, we have one in Mumbai and one also in Hyderabad recent. So that's the way how they want to spread their footprints. So how do you select a region? So whichever is the closest one, you can select the region for you. So here, the reason why we have like three available domains is, even one goes down, you can have your primary database here, you can your data guard setup here. So even one available domain is gone, you can you have another available domain. So both are entirely separated, isolated. There is no link between both of them. So separate cooling system, separate infrastructure has been done, so that they can help you for the fault tolerance and all, right? And again, internally with each of the available domains, we have something called fault domains, which we are going to discuss in our course. So the reason why we have two available domains, as I discussed, you can have your applications. You can have your applications here, and also you can have your data guard setup in another center. See here, you can see your data guard center in other side, and that way it can avoid you a single point of failure. I still remember long back at one of the client place, we had a primary database in San Francisco, and we had our data guard set up in 200 miles away in a place called Los Angeles, right? And you know what? So much of infrastructure they had to build for that. I still remember the machinery getting transferred and all. But guess what? Here it is just, you have to just select available domain, put your primary database, select another available domain, put your RAC database. There is no infrastructure involved. There is no infrastructure at all involved here. And the biggest thing why I like Oracle Cloud is everything can be done by a click of a mouse. Just if you just see, I'll just show you something interesting. So if you connect to, this is the cloud. Now whatever you're seeing, this is the cloud. And from here, if you want just create a database, so here you have something called, you can create a bare metal VM or an Exadata database. And suppose if you want to create a database, you just have to say create database, and you select what is your availability domain, where exactly you want to put your available domain, and whether you have to select the shape. You have to select the shape, what shape you want. So selecting of shape can be done like this. So basically you provide all of this information and just say create. Just say create, and it will take some time, 30 to 40 minutes, and your database database will be created, right? Something like this. So then we can connect through PuTTY and access. And even if you want to implement data guard setup, it's not a big thing here. You just have to select and enable the data guard. So those type of things are very much available in your very available in your cloud thing, right? So those fundamentals like VCN, compartment, block volume, block storage, those type of fundamental things we are going to cover in the 1085 course, which is the starting point. We should never neglect this things like foundation. Even you construct a house, foundation is the most basic. Foundation is the most important thing. They spend a lot of time for the foundation. Similarly, we also have to spend all of this. We need to understand what are the topics, because the next courses will only cover, they expand these courses in a more deep level. They expand the pricing model, the security model, and all. So this is the first course what we are going to do. So next one is a little advanced than this. Let me take up that. So next one is once you are completed the first topic, this one may require only a 1 week time. So tomorrow I'll be starting this course. Within 2 days we can finish off this first one. We don't need more than that. 1 week is enough, because we are just going to brush all the things. Then we have a very good course like Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Architect course. So this will take at least 4 to 5 weeks of time, because this is the main thing for every cloud administrator. So whatever foundations we have discussed in the earlier, so we are going to go in a little depth of it. We have something called identity and access management, where we create users, groups, policies, right? So those type of activities we are going to cover here. Networking. So all of this we have just touch based. We have touch base in our earlier course, but here we are going to talk, and this is the very, very interesting course, which gives you the complete fundamentals to understand how the cloud. And in order to be successful in this course, the practicals is the main thing. And Oracle gives you a 1 month subscription free. You can use your credit card and email and take a 1 month subscription. We can help you out with that, right? So you can go to this course and immediately start practicing. A lot of people are clearing the exams just by mugging the question papers, but that is not correct. That is not the correct procedure. You have to go through all the process. So if you see, just I completed one of the batch. Recently we completed one of the batch, and we have like first week, second week. Let me go to the first week. So first week we'll have something like a theory. We'll be covering the theory topics, identity access management, interaction, and then immediately practicals. So we'll be sharing these practicals. So here in practicals, we are going to show you each and everything. You can just go through this with all the screenshots. How do you create a compartment? We are going to cover the theory part, and also we are going to share all of this, by which you can you will have an hands-on like this. It's almost first week, right? I'll show you that we can go to second week, and here we have a theory. In this thing, we are going to talk about connectivity, VCN, and then the practicals. In this, how do you create VCN from scratch? What is NAT gateway? What is local peering? What is DSN? What is IPsec configuration? So those type of things. For example, IPsec configuration. What is this IPsec configuration? I'll just talk at a high level. So most of the customers, they just want to move from their on-premises to cloud. So how they can move their existing database data, that can be done through something like we have public network, and we have something like IPsec, and we also have something like fast connect. So public subnet you can transfer, but it goes through public network, and some of the clients may not be comfortable. So then we have something like IPsec configuration, where we are going to configure this, and the data goes through something like in a private tunnel, right? But the speed is little slow. But Oracle says for POCs, for a POCs, you can always go by IPsec for development. And once you are comfortable, you can also next stage you can go for a fast connect. Fast connect is like little paid service. So you have to find out who are the fast connect providers nearby them, and they provide you something like from 1 Gbps to 10 Gbps speed they provide you. But it is little expensive. If you feel that you need your data to be transferred at a much speed, and also the data is there is too much of data, like 5 terabyte, 10 terabyte, then you can always go for fast connect, right? So IPsec is free, public network is free, but fast connect is paid service. So like that, we were going to cover them every week. I'm going to show you everything, practically. That is second week. And then if you go for third week, if you go for third week, in the third week, we are going to call what is a compute instance. We are basically going to create a compute instance. So how do you create? I'm just again, let me show you from the front end. So here you are going to go here you're going to select compute and going to select instance. And here, the good thing about cloud is we already have readily available images. We specifically no need to select. We have a Windows image, like if you see here, I already have a Oracle Linux 7.8 image. No, I don't want Linux 7.8. Then you select what image you want, right? I will give you even 6 images there. Even Windows is there. You just have to select the image, and within less than a 10 minutes, that particular compute instance will be ready for you. So that mostly I'll be covering in the third topic. And we also have something called load balancing. Load balancing. So that one, just let me put that load balancing thing here. So load balancing plays a very vital role in a cloud thing. So normally we have something called load balancer. This is a software load balancer. We don't need F5 and all this. So then we have something called 2 applications. We can have 2 applications. One application you can put it here, and one more one available domain you can put in one more application, another domain if you want for high available domain. So this is something like a load balancer. So people will connect from here. People will connect from here, and we can also have something like a concept called subnets. We can also put our applications on a different subnets, right? So that all I'm going to cover you. So people come from outside to a load balancer, and from there is something called a round robin. So the first connection goes here, then the second connection goes here. Okay. So again, the third connection goes here. This is something like a round robin, equally distributed. There is also something called IP. There is also, like if at all you want to only send the connection to a one particular to a particular node, you can configure that, right? So like that, we have different ways how we can configure the load balancer. So those things I'll be covering in this load balancer topic. So we have excellent documentations, right? Excellent documentations to take care of all of them. Public load balancer is there, private load balancer is there. So we are going to do, and also we are going to show you in a demo how to do that, how to do a public load balancer, private load balancer, and all, right? So that we are going to cover in a third week. And once we come to fourth week, right? When we come to fourth week, in this theory, let me see. We are going to cover this block volume. So we have something like compute instance. I showed you. I just showed you, like we have something called a compute instance. So let me put again. So we have a ready-made compute instance which comes with a boot volume. Like your operating system resets in a boot volume, right? So we also need storage, right? Because you want to say, for example, your database size is around 500 gig. So what you have to do, we have to attach, a boot block volume. This is called block volume, BLOCK. There is something called a boot volume. Boot volume is the place where your operating system will reside. But so that will be reside something like say this is the boot volume, and this is like additional space you want to add, like you buy a laptop. So once the space is finished, what you do, you add an additional disk. or through USB external disk you add. Some same like that you have a block volume. So it is it goes through iSCSI protocol. Oracle provides you some commands by which you can attach. These activities normally used to be done by earlier by the IT system administrator, Linux system administrator, but now it falls under our hands, and we can all practice, right? We can all practice in our own trial environments, and then you can implement. I did the same thing. I at least 15 accounts I took and I practiced everything, and now I'm able to implement the same thing in the client place, right? So block volume, file storage, like you have something like a shared file system, like people who come from Oracle Apps DBA. People who comes from Oracle Apps DBA, you can have something like a file storage. So you can have your data at one place, right? And this can be shared between more than one instances. So this is one instance, okay, and this is second instance, and you can have all your files here. And they can be mounted. So that is something like a file storage. We also have an excellent something called a block storage. So whenever you want to store some documents, PDFs, your Oracle database backups, or whenever you want to migrate, listen to this, whenever you try to migrate your data from your on-premises to cloud, you can always move to block storage. And from block storage, we can, using RMAN, we can create the new environment. So object storage plays a very important role in a life of a cloud DBA. So similarly, then we go to fifth week. So here in fifth week, let me see what theory I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk about autonomous database. So, and also we talk about a database. Autonomous database is like self-driven car, just like a self-driven car. Oracle says that it's a self-driven database. You cannot connect to autonomous database directly, right? But using SQL developer, you can always put the data. You don't need to worry about table spaces. You don't need to worry about performance tuning. You don't need to worry about patching. So autonomous database has all the built-in thing. So this is autonomous database. It is serverless. It's based on Exadata infrastructure. Top of Exadata, they build all of this. But Oracle says that I'll take care of everything. You just have to load the data. You just load the data and your business is up. I have one customer who is working on autonomous database, so that will be covered in the fifth week, right? So this will be almost a 5 weeks for us to cover all of this. The second topic 1072. Earlier version was 932. Last year 2018 version was 932, but now the latest version is 1072. So here, this is the topics we are going to cover. Whatever I discussed, like load balancer, compute instance, storage, how to launch bare metal, compute instance, databases, right? And also we are going to talk about advanced databases, data guard, database encryption, rack, Exadata, right? So then we can register and clear. So this is the second topic, this is the second course what we are going to cover. So along with that, we are also going to cover one more topic called 931. So most of the topics would have already covered in the earlier one, but whatever we have missed, we are going to cover. This is something very specific to autonomous. This exam is only for the people who want to master autonomous database, right? So you just want to master the autonomous database, and suppose in your client, like for example, in my client place, I have only one customer. Most of the customers are using normal databases, but we have one customer using autonomous database. So after doing this course, after completing certification, now I'm able to handle much better. And even in the discussion forums and all, you can tell them how do you create autonomous database. That also is just by a click of a mouse. Now you can go here, you can just select autonomous data warehouse. Yeah, I already have one, but in case if you want to create, you can just create a autonomous database. So you can just click here. It is already ready. It will not take much time. So then you have something called a service console, right? You have a service console where you can monitor your queries. So those type of activities you can do. Here, our work, if you think I'm a DBA, I want to connect, I want to create table spaces. No, you don't need to do everything, because it's a self-driven, it's like they call it a self-driven car, right? So that's the way how. So people who really want to master this autonomous data warehouse, automated database, they can go for this particular course. So this is totally only deals with autonomous database. This totally depends on how to load the data using data pump, how to load the data, migrate ADB using data pump. We have something like cloud, golden gate. How do you load data using SQL loader? So those type of things we are going to cover on this. This topic may take like 1 to 2 weeks preparation for you. Like 1085, the foundation course will take like 1 week. The 1072 and this particular course, autonomous, you have to spend at least 5 weeks. The way I have planned this course is that by August 15th, most of you have to clear the certification, because that is the way Oracle has given you the free certifications, and August 15th is the last day. So that's the reason why I have planned this course. That way, you can clear all of this by August 15th. The next course is what is called architect course. So that course only will take a lot of time for you for the preparation. So this course I will be starting somewhere in the month of July. In the month of July, this is a very advanced course. 997 is a very, very advanced course. People who have mastered autonomous, people who have mastered associate. This is architect professional. We have something called associate, the 1072 earlier course. So there you will be understanding the fundamentals, and little bit advanced also there you will cover. But this is little, you want to master a course, then this will come into picture. So here we are going to talk in depth of each of them at a very, very, very high level. So that's the reason for this course itself I have given allocated 6 weeks. By July 1st, we need to start this course, and by August 15th, I am going to end this course. So I always request for all the folks, to reschedule this as the last one, especially the 997, because it requires a lot of preparation for this particular course. The same course, but little bit more advanced thing. We have excellent concepts like compute quota, auto scaling, vertical scaling, right? How to instance console connections, and so many practicals are there. The same concept, if you see storage, compute, but in a much more depth level, we are going to cover in this. Capacity planning, what is RTO, what is RPO, disaster recovery. So this is like you seeing the course content itself, you can know that, hey, yes, this is really a good advanced course, because you covered the fundamentals, foundation. Now you covered the associate. Now Oracle expects you to master this. See how many contents are there. So that's the reason actually I wanted to start in the June first week the course. Then I was just thinking, we cannot put pressure on students also. So that's the reason 1 week I preponed. So it will be starting from tomorrow, and it goes for almost 2.5. This will be the longest batch for me. Almost 2.5 months. August 15th, Independence Day, you will be freed from all of this thing. But I literally love this course, doing this course, and I am a certified for the people who want to join. Hey, whether this guy is certified. So you need to believe the doctor, right? Before you taking, before you go to a doctor, you need to see whether this, you need to believe the doctor. Otherwise, you may be little bit suspecting. So I cleared all the certifications in the month of May. This is the architect professional, which I was telling, the most complicated exam. May 15th was the last date, and I completed on May 14th. And I need to thank also my group. I have a very good team. I have a very good team where we also have something called a WhatsApp group, and the people who join this course, people who join this course also will be a part of this WhatsApp group, right? So here in our WhatsApp group, what we do is we put a question, right? We just put a question and you guys can answer. Then finally, we are going to answer it. We are going to answer it. We have an excellent team with people like Nagaraj, who also cleared the certification exam, and we have Keshav. So here we just going to go on, put your questions, and go on, post your questions, and we are going to start answering them. And we are not going to leave like that. We are not going to leave like that. We are going to discuss about it. We go deep and deep of it. It's not that we just going to cover each of the questions. We will going to cover deep and deep of it. Then only that is the reason why from our team, as of now, 3 people have covered remaining exams. You can easily clear. Remaining 3 exams you can easily clear, because it's not a it's not thing. But especially architect course, I have to be proud that 3 of my team members have cleared the exam, myself, Nagaraj, and Keshav, because all of this is just because of this discussion. So we have so many members. If you can see, there are so many members in my team, and once you join the course, you will be a part of. So for 1072, I have a team. For 997, I have a team. And for 1067, I have a team. For 931 also I have a team. So this also, this also, like, we put post questions and people will start responding to them. And once they clear the exams, they say that, hey, I cleared the exam, and we just cheer them. Like, here here is, like, for example, Khalid, he told that I cleared this exam. So then once you see, Khalid is one of the guy who just cleared the exam with 92%. So we are so proud of them. And they post, once they clear the exam, they post them, and immediately we'll start. We have one more guy by name Sridhar. So he also has cleared the exam, right? He has cleared the exam, and he posts that I cleared the exam. So immediately we start congratulating them. So it is like a discussion forum which I'm maintaining from them. Okay, so those are the three courses, and I completed all the 3 certifications. I completed all the 3: autonomous database and associate. And guess what, along with you, I am also going to write all the exams with you. Prometric, right? Prometric. Right. Yeah. So most of you would have registered. Most of you would have registered to Prometric, and you can sign in, and you would have registered through this, right? So the first exam you have to take is 1085, and it continues. So just want to tell you that I have cleared all the 4 exams. I cleared all the 4 exams, but again I have registered, because for me, through my company, it's free for us. I work for a big MNC company. So all these 4 exams were free. All the 4 exams were free. But again, I registered along with you 1085, which I'm going to take pretty soon, maybe next week. So just to get acquitted whether with the questions, or if any new question comes up. If any new question comes up, I can just directly post for you. Everything, all the exams I post. 1085 I'm taking, 931 I'm taking, 997 I'm taking, and 1072. Few have registered. If I'm comfortable, I will take like 1067. I'm not yet started my preparation, but I've just registered and kept it. And that is 1067. And there is one more exam which I registered. If I'm confident, I'll do. Otherwise, I can always postpone the exam. But along with you, I'm going to take up this all the 4 courses, right? So it's that I'll be writing the exam, and I'll be in a much better tell you that what is good, what is not good. So that's the thing. So I can tell you that all of you who comes to this course can not only clear this course. I'll provide you. There is a how to do all of this in lab environment. I don't want people to clear the exam courses, but I want you to understand this. Understand all of this. Do practically, because I know after Oracle has released these free exams, everybody is able to clear the exam within a week's time. Within a week's time, they're able to clear, because it is not at all possible. For me, almost from 2 years I'm there. Last year I completed 932. I came to a certain stage. Then after that, almost again from 1 year I prepared, and now I'm able to clear. So, and I know a lot of people who clear, and you just ask them a question: what is NAT gateway? What is DRG? They cannot answer. The people who just brush up and do that. But here, once you add to your WhatsApp group, you are lifelong with us, and at any point of time you can always post the questions. We have experienced people in our group who can always help you, not only now, even in the even in the workplace, even in your workplace. So I also request people who start working, I just maintain like this, something like a list of activities, what you do every day. Whatever I do, I just go on post in my it is for my reference. It is not for business. So today I've achieved something. So I just post, terminating a instance. How do you terminate instance? It is very simple, but still I put in a catalog, like in a day-to-day activities. So tomorrow, somebody says, hey, terminate instance. I don't need to hesitate. I can go here. Here the trick is we need to add the database name to terminate the instance. It will not terminate without doing. How do you add a user in IDCS? How to put him in a particular group? So like this, it is for my own personal use. The reason is, like tomorrow, if any requirement comes up in my office, I just don't want to waste the time, but just pull in my file. Pull in my file and just do that activity. My office, I have one more file at my office also, but I don't want to share it. The reason, now it is around 350 pages. So you can think that whatever I achieve, I don't put, but whatever my colleagues achieve, because it is, first thing is you have to learn, and also you need to learn from others, and also from Google. So I post whatever my colleagues achieve. That also I am going to post. My only work is that one, apart from I achieve whatever I do. So then I have a inventory of all the problems and issues. So that way I'm very thankful also for my company where I work. We have an environment to work on it, because it is not, I always go by this thing, like, it's not learning the car. A lot of people learn the car, but after learning the car, you need to have a car to drive. The same way, this is also, these concepts are also are easy to learn, but every day you just have to practice them. It is like sharpening the saw. You always have to sharpen your saw. Saw means like a knife. Every day you need to go on sharpen your saw. And luckily, Oracle gives you 1 month free subscription where you can practice. After that, you can take a break, and again, if you want to have one more subscription, you can take. Constantly you can take and go on sharpen yourself. And once you get an opportunity in your in a client place, you can start implementing all the things what you learn. But I go with one formula: whatever you do, you try to document and keep it safe at one place. So tomorrow somebody asks you to retrieve it, you should be able to retrieve that and show. DBA life is it goes by one principle: do once and perfectly, and implement at multiple places. Do once perfectly and implement it multiple times. This works very good for every database administrator, because one setup you need to do, document it perfectly, and what you can do, you can implement it multiple places. In my company, there is something called Terraform. I don't know if people know about this. So Terraform is also an advanced feature of this. So we handle multiple clients. So what the advantage of Terraform? I'm just telling you the advantage of those type of things. So Terraform is like, the creation of VCN, creation of subnets, everything is automated. So Terraform is like, a script what we generated. So for one client, you implement it. Once you implement it, the entire skeleton is created. The entire skeleton, right from VCN, subnets, right, network subnet, what are the compartments you require, everything you put in a code and you just run it. So your entire skeleton is created for one client, right? So tomorrow, if you get a new client, again, you don't need to go on create. You don't need to create a VCN. You don't need to create a subnet. You don't need to create a compartment. Just open that code. Just do the changes. Just do the changes based on the region where you reside. and just boom, run it. So that is a little advanced level. What Ansible, there is one more software. Terraform, there is one more software. So those type of things are more advanced. But for initial people, for initial stage, you have to create everything manual. So once you are experienced, you can go for those type of things like Terraform and Ansible, those type of advanced thing. So that is pretty much what I have in my agenda. I think now I've been talking from 45 minutes. So now I give opportunity for you also to talk. My name is Kishore. I'm there in this field for 20-25 years, and training is my passion. I work for an MNC company. I always believe that you have a lot of people say, why still you work? Why can't you only focus on training? But I always contradict and tell them, no. I like working because you have a real-time experience, right? If you have a real-time experience, then students are very smart nowadays. So student, they ask the question, so you have to answer. The trainer has to answer. That one you only get when you work real-time. You work. Otherwise, if some student asks you a question and if you're not able to answer, then the entire people will think, hey, this fellow is outdated guy. So that's the reason why I love work. I love work because since I'm working on cloud technologies, and whenever any students ask me a question, I will try maximum to answer it. If not, it won't take much time for me to figure out. Yeah. So that's about me. I think I given the brief introduction about myself. So now, whoever wants to have some queries, you can ask me.
Kishore,
Hi,
Anil
Kishore,
here.
this is
Can you hear me now?
oh, sorry, Anil, go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed to
No problem.
introducing myself. This
Yeah.
is Anil, and I got like 13 years of experience in DBA and DBA. Currently working with Mercedes-Benz Atlanta headquarters. In USA.
Anil, yeah, Anil,
Yeah.
Hi.
Kishore.
So, yeah, you are my earliest batch student, right?
Yes, I work with you. Happy to join you back.
Thank you, Anil.
2016, I think I joined you in that batch.
Right.
But currently, I'm more into Oracle Core and also SAP, SAP application, but using Oracle database.
Excellent, Anil. Good.
Yeah, I think 2 years back, like earlier project, I worked with Verizon. There, I had a chance to work on AWS. So pretty much similar concepts I see, but the terminology is different.
Correct.
Like kind of, Yeah,
Right.
I wanted to clear these certifications, so I booked for. Thank you, Kishore.
Yeah. So Anil has already enrolled in our course. So we already have like 15 students, confirmed students in this batch. So we are looking for some more students to enroll in this batch. Yeah. Thank you, Anil. That's a good introduction. Yeah. Next.
This is Anjur, Kishore.
Anjur.
I might sound dumb asking this question comparing to other questions like which people ask. For all these course structures which you're showing us, I don't have a DBA background at all. I never worked as a DBA, but still, do you think I fit into this, or do I have to look for some other courses which you're offering demos and then think on that?
Yeah. See, here actually we don't cover databases at all. Here we will just show you how to create a database, but we don't connect. We don't do all the activities because this is like a automation of tools. Like it is totally of automation. If you take about how to provision, how to take up a backup, how to do a recovery, how to do a patching, everything is been automated here. So here we don't teach the fundamentals of database. Now, if you join a database course, what they teach there, what is the architecture of a database, how to create a database on premises, how to do a backups, how to create table spaces, how to create users, how to do the performance tuning. So those type of things will be covered if you join an Oracle DBA course. But here we expect that you already passed all that phase and you came here. So, but it is up to your decision. It is up to your because this is only about cloud. It is like anybody can pick up from pick up from this, but at the same time, if suppose tomorrow you provisioned a database, okay, I say that you joined Anjur, you joined the course, and you understood how to create a VCN, how to create available domain, how to create block volume and everything that you get from a course. But after that, say for example, they say that, hey Anjur, can you create a user, can you create a tables in database? So those areas you have to again attend. So it means that apart from this course, you also need a proper DBA course also. So that I have to tell you, you can attend this course individually, but apart from that, you have to pick up your skills on database administration, what a DBA does.
Okay, so I have worked in like an Oracle applications, like one of the, I basically belong to the pharma world. So in that, like, for those clinical databases and all that, as part of the application, like in the sense, like, they have it, automatically, like you can just go to some console and like create a user, like, add them privileges, remove them from the group, and add those like simple stuffs, like, all demo, like, oriented. Way I can menu driven, like I just go and do it, but I'm not like a regular DBA who goes to the back end and like create a user or give them privileges and all that. I never did that, but here as part of the application I do that, like as I said, like menu driven stuffs I have been doing it. So in this cloud, like do you have something like that, or like will it be again like a regular DBA who goes and who grants privileges and roles and all that stuff?
Yeah, in autonomous database, yes, you have something like a console SQL developer tool by which from the front end you have to create users, create user, username, grant, connect, those type of commands we have to use. But you have a console where you can start using that console. Through that you connect to database, and you can start insert, update, delete, those type of commands you need to know. Basic commands of a DBA. It is not like like a menu driven sort of things you will not get.
Okay.
So, you need to know that. You have to know that. Yeah. So if you want, maybe we have a 12C recorded sessions, from a previous batch. Because you need to know what is a multi-tenant, because 12C, the entire cloud is totally a multi-tenant environment, right? So pluggable database concept is something like a pluggable database concept. So if you don't understand this multi-tenant and a pluggable database concept, this will be very, very difficult. Even for me, I have faced this problem. I have to confess, like 3 years before, when cloud came into picture, all my colleagues started picking up and they started working on all of this. Then I wanted, where do I stand? Where should I start? What is the starting point? Then the starting point is 12C DBA, because that covers multi-tenant and pluggable database concept. So once I picked up those type of concepts, then I started working on this cloud. Even if you enroll for this course, that 12C DBA is a must for you. All the fundamentals. If you are interested, I have a recorded sessions for 12C DBA. I can offer for you.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
You take a decision. I think you understood what I'm telling. So you take a decision, like how well it fit for you, right? Yeah.
Okay. So this is the demo like which you get today is just for the fundamentals, right? So the other demos which you're talking about are the architect and associate architect kind of thing. So they are much more advanced than this.
Yes, they are more.
So for this itself, you are recommending me to go for
no. For the fundamentals you don't. For the foundations you don't need. Even for 931 autonomous database also you don't need much. But associate, by the time architect, you'll have pretty much 2-3 weeks time. So by the time you need to pick up those skills.
Okay, got you. So simultaneously you mean to say like I can pick up both.
Yeah, simultaneously you can pick up this course, because this is a very elaborate course, and we are going. This is my first time that I am taking a 2 to 3 months of time. So I just don't want anybody to miss this opportunity.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very detailed will be going. Very detailed each of them will be going. So it will give a very good fundamentals for everyone. You believe or not, a lot of people are asking how it will help you. Like 2 months, 3 months. You're telling, are you going to cover everything? Are just going to focus on certification? I just tell Bus, you just come and see how we are going to cover. We are going to cover in depth of everything. and I am a live. We are working on live environment. You can test my thing when you join the course. You can ask any questions. So we and along with my team, I have a very good team. So I can never forget. I have to tell that 997 I cleared. I only have to thank the team what we have. We build the entire team, and questions, answers, we as a group we resolve, because one person cannot handle so many things. So I have to give credit 997 to my team also. Yes. Yeah. Next question.
Kishore, I have got a question. Sumit here.
Yeah. Sumit.
The question is related to autonomous database. Since you told, or maybe I've heard, that it is serverless and all that, self-driven, everything is fine. My question is, how is it helpful on integrating any sort of application?
Right. Yeah. So as I told you in the beginning of the class, most of the companies clients are having three choices. One, they have to create one is database. So in database, you can create a normal database like in our traditional 12C, 19C auto database you want to create, or you can go for autonomous database. The advantage of autonomous database, it has its own serverless, self-driven, even performance tuning is taken care by Oracle, even patching is taken care by Oracle. Then apart from that, you have to install, as I told you, you can install Java Cloud Service, JCS, Java Cloud Service. So JCS also requires a database connectivity, so they connect to this. You cannot create JCS just directly like that, JCS. So let me show you just for the people to understand. Where are you? Okay, let me go to JCS, Java Cloud Service, right? Service console. And everything is Java Cloud Service or Oracle Integration Cloud, everything by click of a mouse. You just have to click, it will be done. But apart from that, some issues you may get it. So there you need some skill. But at least 60-70% of the work is automated. See, DataGuard setup, I still remember Sumit. Sumit is also my co-faculty, and he's an expert in in a DataGuard and all. So I know he has spent so much of time, 4-5 weeks to set up DataGuard and all. But here, I have to show him that DataGuard is just you just by a click of a mouse, you just say enable, your DataGuard setup is DataGuard setup is enabled. So similarly, if you want to create a Java Cloud Service, normally we install WebLogic, right? We install a WebLogic, and so many things are there. We have to create a database, a metadata, RCU, a repository thing. We have to create admin console, manage console. But here, everything you want to create Java Cloud Service, you just have to say create instance. It will ask you for database information. Compulsory. First, database has to be created. The database can be a normal database, a pluggable database, or it can be a autonomous database. So some clients, they select autonomous database. Some clients select Exadata. The preference is yours. Yeah, you want to have 12C, right? Yeah, 12C. Okay, 12C. Service level, blah 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 blah. You give all of them. Available domain. Which region? Okay, only one region I have. And what is available domain? I want to put in one first available domain, and I go to the next screen. So the next screen, it will compulsory. It will ask you, where is your database? That database, that database can be a normal multi-tenant, our own pluggable database, or it can be autonomous database, right? See here. Here I don't then I need to select wherever is my database. Mostly it will be there one in training compartment. So you have to select your database. So this database, I don't have any database, but here you have to select your database. So this database can be autonomous database, it can be Exadata database. That all depends upon you, because you also can create Exadata database also. If you come here, you can create autonomous database. No, I don't want autonomous database. I want bare metal. Bare metal is like, you purchased a huge machine. It's like your own villa. It's like you purchase your own a villa, so you can stay. Then what is a virtual machine, a database? It is like an apartment, an apartment where you're sharing with other people, like virtual machine concept. So you can, when you're creating a database, you have choices. You have to choices whether you want a virtual machine Virtual machine is like a apartment, right? You purchase one big machine and then you create VMs. You create VM1, VM2, VM3, VM4. So where you want to put your database, whether you want to put in virtual machine, yes, I'm fine with virtual machine. I am okay to share with my tenants. No, I don't want noisy neighbors. I don't want noisy neighbors. I want my own setup. I want my own machine. I don't want any other people to share my thing. Then you go for a bare metal, right? You go for a bare metal. This is also you can create your database. No, I want more performance. I want excellent OLTP thing. Then you can go for Exadata. Exadata is the best. It's the best, and a lot of customers are going for this. Right, they are going for this Exadata. So the choice is yours.
Yeah, but
So
cost is also a factor, right?
Yeah, Exadata is very expensive.
Yeah, practically that is not possible to most of the client. No,
But
I
people,
understood
yeah,
what
people,
you're saying.
yeah,
No,
people who
one
are,
small thing.
yeah,
No,
sure.
one small thing what I'm trying to understand is, like you say that when we are creating any compute instance, you create a database. Now you have an option to select autonomous database or normal database or Exadata. Question here is, say I select autonomous database. Now my question, since it is a serverless, that means I don't have IP.
Correct.
Now, if I create the database serverless, I can connect by SQL Developer or SQL Plus. There are ways, but anyway. But now, say I want to integrate in this autonomous database EBS. Now, in that case, is it
e-business? Well, no, e-business. No, it is not supported. Autonomous database not supported e-business.
Got it. Fine. My answer. I got your answer. Fine. No issue.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, there is a restrictions with autonomous database. You cannot create your own table spaces also. So it is already fixed. Why people are using? They use SQL developer. They connect autonomous database. They create users. Then they create tables. They create indexes. So they build from the scratch. It is not for Oracle e-business also. It is not for Oracle e-business also. Right.
Okay. Fine. Thanks, Ishu. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Kishore, Ramesh here. So I'm not into DBA or administrator track. I was typically from the application side on the Fusion middleware on-prem, and we are getting into Oracle Integration Cloud. So can you suggest me how best fit for me, or what is the course? Is it basic should be fine for me because I'm not a core going to be a core infrastructure person, right?
Correct.
I will continue on the application side on the architecture. But having said that, it's always better to have a a glimpse or flavor of the background on infra as well, because I do have some experience on, though I'm an application guy, I have an exposure to WebLogic administration, stuff like that, not to the max extent. So can you suggest me, at which course is fine for me, because you're talking, it will be more for me, and it is a core DBA stuff. So can you suggest me, it should be fine?
Right. Yeah. So yeah, for you actually, first is the fundamental course will be good, 1085.
Okay.
And then there is a OIC, Oracle Integration Cloud. I think you can ask Shiva. They will have their course, Oracle Integration Cloud course. So for you, that also is good. And when it comes to, there is one thing called developer. There 6 Oracle has given you free certification of 6, right? 6 certifications they are given free. In that, one I'm not, one is a developer one, right? One is a developer one. Okay, one is a developer one. So yeah, so if you see 6 certifications, I never focused on developer. Yeah. So there is something called Oracle Cloud Developer Associate.
Okay.
So you can go for that. If you can go for autonomous data, you can go for foundation course, which I'm teaching 1085, right? Okay. So that gives you your fundamentals and everything. Then since you are from developer background, you can go for Oracle OCI Developer Associate, Oracle Cloud Developer Associate. So that may, I have not seen the course contents, because you're telling you're from the you're from that tech developer background. I can for you OIC those stuff, because in my, see, even though you may ask me. So I create a database. I create a Java cloud service. Then I create a Oracle integration cloud. After that, what we do is we give this information to the development team. Then they use this OAC and they create some connectors because it's for SaaS extension. We have a software as a service SaaS where ERP, HCM will be there. So then using Oracle Integration Cloud, they connect to the SaaS and they build some connectors. So my work is only to create OAC and give to the development team. And you as a developer, you are going to create those connectors in the Oracle Integration Cloud. So in your case, you need to master OAC because I know in my team, a lot of people have certified OAC. Oracle Integration Cloud also has one certification. You can go for this developer associate. You can go for Oracle Integration Cloud certification. So that will really help you out. So in my course, you can only join fundamentals. I think that foundations, because at least you will understand the basics, compartment, those type of things. So that tomorrow, if anybody asks you, you look much better. Yeah.
Right. Even that's what I'm thinking. But as you have vast experience, so probably I want to hear from you as well. Right.
Right.
And what about this autonomous database? Are you going to cover that? I think that is also kind of a basic stuff, right? The first
Correct.
one.
Basic stuff only. Yeah. That is also like a basic stuff, but that will cover apart from when I'm taking this architect associate, there's a course for autonomous database. So during that time, maybe a 1 week time we cover for that autonomous database. Yeah, 1 week database, 1 week for autonomous database. So during the time, I'm going to cover that. If you are little interested, I think you can go for foundation, and you can just select associate will cover both. Associate will cover both the autonomous and also associate, but architect will not be a good fit for you because it's for advanced courses. So maybe you can join for foundation, the architect associate, which will also cover this autonomous database specialist. So that will be part of that.
So how the session timings and how it will be weekly or daily?
It is good that you have asked me. So maybe I can explain everyone, because this I just completed last week only for my batch. So that also was like 3 months course. We were all stuck in corona. Before the course, I still remember we were all stuck in this corona. So I was just telling, instead of worrying about all this, let me start a course so that my students and my team are very busy. That was in the month of March, I guess. So we started a course on March with same concepts. Along with that, I also took lift and shift, and a lift and shift of normal database, lift and shift of normal database to cloud, and also how to upgrade Oracle e-business, from 12C to 19C. So that was the agenda. Apart from the whatever courses I teach, apart from that, we took this. So that just ended last week only. And the timings are very much. This will be the timings for all of you. So it will be IST, weekend only. Weekends only. Weekends only. It will be starting at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. to IST. It may go to 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes 3, but 3 hours is the max, right? So which is something like 8:30 EST, which is something like 2.5 hours, right? Yeah, 8:30 a.m. on the same day, EST, right? Only on weekends. So yeah, this week we are going to cover 1085. Next month we'll be covering 2 courses. One is 1072. And one is that autonomous database. So 1 week, at least 5 weeks we need for that. Next, I need 6 weeks for architect. Few courses I have. We work as a team. We have one more faculty, Nagaraj, who is specialist in few things. He's also completed his certification. So few topics he'll be covering. Few topics I'll be covering. So you have a mix of different trainers to work on this.
Okay, so to ask that, so where from when to when that basic foundation one you said, the first one?
Yeah, this week, only this week. So that is 30 and 31st. Okay. 30 and 31st, you're done with 1085. I already, I have already sent the course. For the people who have enrolled, I have already, I have already sent the course contents to them. Okay, let me show. Let me share the. So in this course, this is the agenda I already sent to my team. So we'll be covering cloud concepts, OCI fundamental block, OCI core services, security model, pricing, and certification preparation. So certification preparation means we already have the questions. So I'm going to put a question because I completed these courses. I'll put a question. You're going to answer in the class itself. And I'm going to tell, no, this is correct, this is not correct, why this is correct, why this is not correct. So this week agenda, we are going to complete a 108. We don't need to more than 1 week is enough for fundamentals. Yeah.
Okay. And then what about that associate? Because because it came for free, right? Without knowing anything from the people. I said the first one and what is that associate? The second
Associate.
one.
Associate. Yeah. Associate. Yeah.
So how much that will take? You said 4 weeks. Huh?
Yeah, that will be starting from first week of June.
Okay.
Yeah, it will take first week of June. Yeah, entire month of June we'll be spending on associate and autonomous database.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
entire month of June. Yeah. Weekends only.
Weekend?
Only weekends. Right.
So sure. So what about the commercials? Somebody has to.
No. That all you can. Yeah, you can talk with Shiva. Shiva is the organizer for you. You can discuss with Shiva.
Oh, sure.
Right. Any more questions, guys?
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah.
So, being an Oracle Core DB, I always see a difference with Oracle Apps DB, right? Now we are moving to this cloud. So, was this gap filled up, or the difference will remain there?
Yeah, see, I also came from I was a DBA, I was a developer actually, SQL PLSQL developer. Then I became a DBA, then I became an apps DBA, and now this entire cloud thing came into picture. So we have already migrated a couple of customers from Oracle e-business customers, because our company is totally e-business, e-business company. But apart from that, we are handling other things also. But for a couple of customers, we have moved their Oracle e-business from on-premises to cloud, and the movement is only a one-time job. Only a one-time job. After that, the work is the same. After that, the patching work, the backup work, everything is same. But I enjoyed that moving the things from your on-premises to cloud using IPsec VPN. Those type of things are interesting. But that is only a initially we do for development. The database size was 1 terabyte, so it took like 6 hours. What we do, we run pre-clone on the database, then take the zip file of a database home, then we run a RMAN backup. So RMAN backup that comes around 200 GB of RMAN backup size. Then for application also we run the pre-clone and take the apps folder. All of these 3 files using IPsec, we move to the cloud, and we move to a compute instance, and from the compute instance you just run the post clone. It's like a cloning. How you do a cloning, the same concept we applied it. But once it is moved to cloud, the work is the same. But this particular course, we are not covering anything related to lift and shift. We are covering for normal database, like if at all in your on premises, like I have one system in my home. I'll create one database, a 12.2 database, and I'm going to show you how to move that database from your on-premises to cloud, but nothing to related to Oracle e-business. This course is nothing to do with Oracle e-business. In case you are interested in lift and shift, we have our recorded sessions which I completed just last week, entire course. So we can always help you with that Oracle e-business lift and shift for the people who are interested in Oracle e-business lift and shift.
Okay.
Yeah. So some more questions I'm expecting. This is a good opportunity for you, but irrespective of all of this, we already have 15 students who are already enrolled, and by tomorrow 5 o'clock we are going to start. I'll be very happy if you guys and you'll join. One thing I can tell you, you will never regret, because that sort of expertise I and my team we are having in this thing. So surely you will enjoy the course, which will really help you, in your future. Yeah. Shiva, any other students are there who wants to talk with me?
More.
Venkatesan.
Venkatesan, yeah. Hi, Venkatesan.
Yeah, okay, sure. Just I have sent the mail. Actually, I today only I saw the mail. Your mail.
Okay.
Actually, TB asked me.
I have
would
been
like to
sending
join
from
this
past.
course.
I'm sending from 1.5 months, going on bugging you. Please join my course. Please join my course.
Sorry.
Good that you saw
Sorry,
this.
I was busy with office work for a new build or something.
Yeah.
Very
Right,
critical stage.
Yeah.
Today only I'm free. I mean, still onwards I am in work from home. I'm free for
Okay.
that morning shift basically.
Sure.
So that's why I would like to join this.
Yeah. No problem. No problem. Yeah.
Please enroll it. Just I sent it the mail.
Correct. I saw your mail. I'll see that. Right.
All right, sure. This is Anjur. I have to
Yeah.
hang up, so I'll get in
Yeah,
touch
sure,
with
sure.
Shiva, and we'll
Yeah.
be in touch. All right.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Thank you, Anjur. Nice talking to you. Yeah. People who want to leave can leave. People who want to leave can leave. People who want to stay have any queries. Yeah.
Sorry, this is Mohan Reddy, and I enrolled a course last 3-4 days back. I sent a mail, and I just now sent my mobile ID, mobile to the WhatsApp group admin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I need a confirmation whether this enrolling is there or not. I don't know, because of the mail only which he got the link. No, there, that only I replied to that one. Please enroll my.
Yeah, I saw your mail. I saw your mail, and I'm going to share the course fee details and all. So if you're comfortable, then you can enroll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I have a 20 years experience in with DBA as well as database administrator last 8 years. We are using the version 3.2 onwards.
Right.
And I know the background of middleware. I'm very good in the with IBM Websphere portal.
Right.
And as administrator and informatics also, I'm doing the administrator. We are doing the project for data warehousing all. So I want to, because I did the last year certification of the AWS associate, but I want to do the
cloud. Oracle Cloud.
Cloud. So this the free opportunity is given, so I enrolled it. But I want to get the concepts of cloud concepts. But the database side and the middleware side, I'm very good in this one. So including I'm using the 12c and all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
I'll
send you the details. Yeah, I'll send you the details. Yes.
Okay.
So this course is collaborated with along with my friend Shiva. So you can So people who came through Shiva organization, they can always contact Shiva. People who came to through me, they can always send mail to me. I saw your mail, Shiva Mohan.
Did you receive my email too?
Yeah. Abhishek, I received your mail.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So Shiva, anyone, people who came from Shiva can contact Shiva. Is shared his details, WhatsApp and all this. You can always approach Shiva for all the training details. And otherwise, I think are we done, Shiva?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So if you don't have anything, we are done. Just as a reminder, Abbas and all, just send me one more mail, because I would have lost the track. Just send me email. I will I'll just follow up and respond to you. Okay, na? I think thanks for taking time and attending the demo session. Hope it has helped you to make clear concepts of made you understand this cloud and everything. So we'll catch up tomorrow. Happy learning, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Take care.
Thank you all. Thank you.